I got an email from a desperate prednisone warrior wondering if he was going crazy because of taking prednisone. You would be surprised how often I get emails or phone calls or text messages like this. So many people suffer from mental health challenges caused by prednisone. Anything from anxiety to jitteriness to euphoria to full-blown psychosis can happen from prednisone. And so I thought I would share some ways to cope. And then I wanted to read his email so you understood the context so that then my suggestions for him will make more sense. He said, Dr. Megan, just a note of things. When I was put on prednisone in February, my doctor only told me I would possibly experience weight gain and have to pee a lot. I was on it for severe colitis. In the past month, I've become extremely anxious with paranoia and insomnia. I've gotten upset and angry and completely irrational with other people. Later, when I talk to them and we talk it out, I realized how irrational I was and that I was making up backstories or other thoughts that simply were not true. It has been so painful and frustrating. I can't trust my feelings or my thoughts. None of this was ever shared with me by my doctor. It was only talking to my mom who told me when she was on it, she couldn't sleep, felt restless, and her anxiety went through the roof. Until she said that, I had no idea. I'm working through it now. Stop taking it at the end of April and hoping it will get better. Thank you. I appreciate all you shared and explained in your video on the side effects. It was reassuring for me because I could literally check boxes as you were explaining them. I'm already off to a high anxiety Monday morning, hoping my moods will swing before I break down and cry, get angry and irrational, or start laughing. Joy. All emotions I'd rather not feel or share with others. What he expressed in this email resonates with so many people that I've talked to. Prednisone doesn't just affect your body, it affects your mind too. I can relate. I had mood swings and insomnia from prednisone myself. It was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. Before I took prednisone, I could stay up late and immediately fall asleep and just be out all night unless one of my kids woke me up. I would get angry, irrational, and I simply wasn't like myself. So the most important thing to do to cope is to realize that it's not you, it's the drug. That when his mother pointed it out to him, that it happened to her, he had no idea what was happening. He didn't know it was caused by the drug. That didn't even occur to him. But so now, that's the first thing, is knowing that if you're having mood changes after taking prednisone, it's probably the prednisone and not you. These are side effects, not a sign that you're losing control of your mental faculties. The paranoia, the anxiety, the jitteriness, the inability to trust your own feelings are so isolating and hard to deal with. So the next question a person like this might ask is, how long will these side effects last? In most cases, most psychiatric side effects will go away once you stop the drug, but some take a little bit longer, a few days, a few weeks, or even a few months in rare situations. As this warrior mentioned, he stopped taking it in April and is still lingering in May. It can definitely take some time to adjust after stopping the medication. But the good news is most people feel better within a few weeks or months because it's not you, it's the drug. So what can you do about it? Now that you know it's the drug, the next thing you can do is talk to your doctor about it. Many doctors prescribe prednisone and aren't looking for psychiatric side effects. What's really ironic about prednisone is it can be prescribed by any type of doctor. Any specialist can prescribe prednisone. Any generalist can prescribe prednisone. Basically, the only one that doesn't is a psychiatrist. All they do with prednisone is deal with the side effects. So your other type of doctor, this isn't the type of thing he normally sees, right? That's the psychiatrist's job. And so they're probably not looking for it. They probably didn't warn you about it. But you need to let them know. They can help you. If you're having severe side effects that are affecting your judgment, for example, I've had people tell me that they have made really terrible financial decisions. They have treated people terribly, potentially losing their children and getting divorced. I've had people tell me they've lost their jobs. If you're making really bad decisions, then prednisone is impairing your functioning. And you need to get help. You might need to be hospitalized, and that's okay. It's just a side effect of this drug. It's not a long-term diagnosis that's going to haunt you the rest of your life. It's temporary. It will go away, but you need to get help and you need to stop yourself from harming your future, because the consequences of the actions taken while on prednisone can be permanent. So do not hesitate to get yourself to the emergency room, to check yourself into a mental institution if you are that extreme. If you have steroid-induced psychosis, definitely get the help you need. Prescription medications can also help. There are some that can just help with the anxiety, things like anti-anxiety medications, or even an antihypertensive. One that's really for blood pressure can help bring down that anxious, jittery feeling called propranolol. It can help just calm you down so you don't feel so pressured and so nervous. Doctors prescribe it off-label for people who suffer from performance anxiety, who have to give a speech or something. They can take it before the speech and then they feel calm and can be successful in life. And that's the same strategy with prednisone. Next, you need to let your family and friends know what is going on so that they can realize that this isn't you. This is the drug talking. And so I created a video called What I Wish My Family Knew About Prednisone. You should have them watch it with you so that you are all on the same page. Talk about what you're going through and help them know that this is temporary, that you're getting the help you need, and that hopefully that will help them have the patience with you that is needed. There's a really funny meme that says, you got a prescription for prednisone. Now your family can take a 6-month vacation without you. It's a little too true. So prednisone is this life-saving medication, but it causes serious mental complications. And I've given you some really helpful tips, but I didn't really want to share this because I don't want to be insincere. I don't want to be capitalizing on your fears right now, but it would be insincere of me not to share what another prednisone warrior wanted to share from the rooftops. And so I personally had to take prednisone and I had a terrible experience doing so. And then I realized that people needed a supplement to support them while on prednisone. That maybe the reason we have so many side effects is not just the drug, but it's because of nutrient depletion. Maybe the mood changes, the insomnia, are actually because you're not having enough melatonin and magnesium and B vitamins to keep your mood stable. So what if you gave those back? Would that stabilize your mood? Would that help you feel better? It would not replace an antipsychotic or therapy or anything like that, but maybe it would support you while on prednisone. So here is what prednisone warrior Craig said. He said, I was recently diagnosed with PMR, so I was put on prednisone. I went from a relatively normal, sane, and lucid person into someone who by the end of the day felt horribly bad for being unreasonable, critical, and combative toward everyone around me. Sound familiar? I would start each day telling myself that today I will not behave like a total paranoid jerk. Jerk really stings, but my wife says that was the most accurate description for how prednisone has turned me into. Out of absolute desperation and with little hope, I learned of Dr. Megan and Nutranize Zone and went ahead and ordered some. Within 24 hours, the craziness that would come out of the ether each day stopped showing its ugly face. Now, for over a week, I've returned to the wonderful, cuddly, lovable, well, maybe that's a little much, man I have been for many years. Seriously, this has absolutely improved my quality of life from dystopian embarrassment and shame to stability and normality. Thank you, Dr. Megan. I honestly didn't think it would be that helpful for him, so this was fantastic to hear. That was 2.5 years ago when he wrote that. And then just last month, he said, I'm finally off of prednisone, and those benefits have stayed the whole time. This kept him stable for 2.5 years. It's not a cure for anything, but it is going to support you while taking prednisone. It will support your mood. It will help you feel calm. He said, return to being wonderful, cuddly, and lovable. He went from dystopian embarrassment and shame to stability and normality. If you want that, you just get Nutranize Zone at nutranize.com or on Amazon. And there's a morning bottle and a bedtime bottle to help you get restful sleep at night so you can have a good mood during the day. Just go to nutranize.com today. Signing off as Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.